Drop the HP, drop it. We got this. It's done. It's fucking done.
Nice.
Thank
There you go,
God.
guys.
Woo!
Hey everyone, what's up? Today I wanted to talk about raids. RuneScape finally added raids to the PvM spectrum and I'm honestly very happy about it. I've always said that RuneScape needed some sort of raid type boss that you need a big group of people to defeat, and it's finally here. So if you didn't know, on Monday, Jagex released two different bosses, one being Beastmaster Durzag and the other being Yakamaru. Now you have to defeat Durzag in order to get to Yakamaru, but once you defeat Durzag once, you can fight Yakamaru whenever you want. Now for raids, you have to go with 10 people, which I think is awesome. You can't go with less, you need to have 10. There's no disadvantage to bringing 10 people because you all get your own specific loot after the kill, so if possible, you generally want to have more people for a raid rather than less so you can kill the boss more quickly. Now since I mentioned loot, how looting works is that 48 hours or 2 resets after you loot the bosses, you can loot them again. So you can get 2 loots per 48 hours, whether it's 2 Durzag loots or 1 Durzag and 1 Yakamaru loot. I didn't like this concept at first, but now I understand it. Raids shouldn't be something that you farm, it should be something that you do every X amount of days. So generally this is the type of PvM that you plan out with a team and do every 2 days for the loot. However, you can raid whenever you want to add kills to your boss tab for the final boss title and to have some fun. So starting off with Beastmaster Durzag, I love the arena. It reminds me of a Colosseum death fight during the Roman times. I love how there's a constant barrage of stuff going on, whether it's the chargers coming at you, Aerith spawning, Tuz or Krar coming at you, getting caged in, rocket bombs chasing you, or the Beastmaster himself beating you down to a pulp. I just love how hectic it is. It really gives off the raid type vibe. Now there's only 2 roles during this fight, DPS and tank, which tanking is definitely more stressful than a DPS role as usual, but it's generally not that hard of a fight. If your tanks know what they're doing, everyone focuses the chargers and everyone defuses the bombs, the fight should go pretty smoothly. As for Yakamaru, this fight is much more difficult and requires a lot more roles for the team. To me, Yakamaru's boss fight really embodies every role that you could possibly have and need for a fight within RuneScape. I've always wanted there to be healers in RuneScape, whether there was new healing abilities or players using healing spells. I've always thought it was a cool mechanic, and if you have players using healing spells during this fight, it makes the whole thing go much more smoothly, and I definitely recommend having them. Also, there's multiple tank roles, heavy DPS roles, a resuscitate role, a poison luring role. It's just so in depth that it makes this fight really difficult and really enjoyable. Now my team and I tried killing it about 8 times before we were actually successful with our first kill, and since then, we've gotten a lot more consistent with it and are able to do it really well. I don't understand the whole jellyfish maze thing between Durzag and Yakamaru. If there was one thing that I change about raids, to be honest it would only be that. And I don't understand the jellyfish and beach theme concept for Yakamaru's fight either, but it probably has something to do with the lore that I don't know about, so I'll just leave it at that. As far as rare drops, you can get a melee, ranged, and magic set of tier 90 defensive gear, which is now the best tank gear in the game. Finally, Port's armor has lost the throne for best tank gear, and also you can get an ability codex drop, which unlocks one of 4 new abilities for you to use. Anyways, I really enjoy raiding in these 2 new raid bosses. It definitely re-sparked my love for PvM and teamwork in general. I've been doing it quite a lot since the release, and my team and I have been having a really good time with it. If you haven't tried them out, I definitely recommend it. Try not to get bent out of shape about dying or failing kills, because it takes a while to understand the mechanics, but once you do, it gets easier, so just try focusing on having fun while you're doing it instead. In my opinion, these raids were executed perfectly, they did a really good job with them, and I'm excited for new ones to come out. Let me know in the comments below what you think about raids, and that's all for this video, so I'll see you all in the next one. Later everyone!